Well, I found out about this yesterday. I don't know.
What's going on,
When did you hear about it?
bro? I didn't hear about it till right now. You knew about this yesterday?
Yeah, I knew about it yesterday.
What? You didn't tell me?
Yeah, that's my bad.
Bro, this guy Ben never tells me anything. I'm telling you, he never tells me anything, bro. Yo, can you poke me for who? What's going on?
I don't know who's coming in yet. I haven't heard who's coming in. I'll tell you
Why are they getting rid of Dante?
So here's what I've heard. Have you heard anything?
Yeah.
Have you heard any? Have you heard anything? Are we playing this game or no? I just want to know.
I swear I'm everything. My family's life, my life, everything.
Okay.
I had no idea they were dropping Dante. I swear.
So let me.
Bro, I haven't even talked to anybody last week. I've just been in a whole different. I haven't
It's
talked to
okay.
anybody,
It's
bro.
okay.
I swear,
Let me give you the breakdown. Let me get a breakdown. All right. So as you know, we talked about early on in the year on the flank. This is probably December that we were hearing rumblings coming out of New York camp that initial practice hasn't been that good. Yes, they've been beating teams, but they're not getting on the same page on how they want to play. And people from the New York camp hit me up to kind of dispute it, but I kept hearing the same rumblings throughout the season. And when I say hearing, Chad, basically people on the team were bitching to other people, and they were telling other people, what I'm saying? That's how it's getting out, right? Because people need to complain about the situation.
I haven't heard any. It is, bro.
Okay. And their practice has been inconsistent. You probably heard that their practice has not been good all year. It's been up and down. And the results
midway to the end of the year, they were discussing in practice from what I've heard.
I heard they did. I heard they did get better towards the end, but they were still having trouble against top teams in practice.
Slow. Okay, they picked up a new player. It's not that big of a deal. Is that where you're going with it? You think that's what the problem is?
I just think
because of all that, they're making changes.
I think they're making changes because it was clear one of the ARs had to go. And if there's a big disagreement, it's a 3v1 versus Dante. You've been on teams like that. You know what I'm saying? Or you've seen people in situations like that. If it's one of those situations where we all can't get on the same page, and you're on the opposite side of it, it's really tough.
You said it was clear that one of these guys had to go. I don't know if it was as clear as you're making it out.
Well,
to be.
what do you think? What do you think they should have done? Drop the sub?
I don't know. It depends who they're getting. Depends what they're planning. I don't know where they're going with it. I have to see where they're going with it before I say anything.
Well,
you know what I mean?
I just think they were. I recorded a video this morning that went out.
If they're dropping Dante, they're making big moves. They're trying to do something. They're doing something here.
They could definitely try and get Scrap, right? If you're going to replace Dante.
That's the only one I can think of. If they're even trying to make a change, that's the only guy I can think of.
That'll put Caesar in a comfortable role for him. Because you're not going to see Scrap play that Scrap's going to play with
User
speed.
joined your channel.
But that's the only thing I can think of. Dan Ghosey's. Let's go to the AR list, right? Dan Ghosey is locked down. He's going nowhere. Abuza is a possibility, right? If Vancouver's willing to play ball. Outside of that, you could pick up Dylan Attach. But I don't think you wouldn't go Dylan Caesar now.
That's on New York, bro. They've played with Caesar for so long at this point. I don't know if they're even gonna want to do anything like that unless they get literally somebody insane. You know what I mean? I can see Dylan going to Toronto or something.
Do you think they're picking up Scrap then? If you keep saying insane, there's only one person who's gonna be insane.
That's the only thing I can think of. If it's not, I don't know what to say, bro. Dante was good for them, bro. I'm sorry, but Dante was really good for them. He played good COD this year. Dante played really good COD.
He played good COD. Listen, the New York situation. No, I hear you. I hear what you're saying. But here's the problem that Toronto and New York face, bro. Which is, and I think New York's in a better situation because they played better at the end of the year. But they only won one event. FaZe and Optic won 2. And unfortunately for both of those teams that I named, New York and Toronto, they were out of EWC by Saturday. And I think that's what accelerates a little bit because they didn't even get a chance to win those tournaments, right?
Those two teams are coming together, bro.
New York lost to Optic.
Something. They're doing something.
3 times in a row at the end of the season in New York?
I think they're doing something here. I think it's clear as day. Something's happening.
Well, do you think they're going to get
Scrap? I'm really curious to see what happens now. If Sib's going to be on the market now, that's going to trickle down now. Who wouldn't want to have Sib on their team?
If I were Thieves, I'm hitting up Dante.
I would 100% hit up Dante. Why the fuck wouldn't you hit up? I would get
Dante Dan AR combo is insane. Yeah, no. If I'm Nate, I would have on the phone yesterday. What's good, Asim?
I was here before. I was trying to poke. I don't think you were here. Now I'm talking to Benjay.
Oh, what did you want to?
Nothing. I was just shocked about this news with Dante.
Yeah, what do you think about it? What do you think about Asim?
What happened to Dante?
He's a restricted free agent. He just tweeted it out.
Oh shit!
What are your thoughts,
Yeah.
Jason?
Well, I feel like Dante played great for them for Major 4 champs in EWC, so
Yeah,
know.
he's just comedy.
I don't know why. Why they're trying to drop him.
Well, it can't be performance, so it's got to be just team chemistry stuff. No, there's no other
Mason knew
reason.
this shit for 3 weeks.
No, I didn't know that.
Bro,
Yeah. See, it's better. Nobody tells me anything. I can find out like this, bro. It's better. than
Oh,
nobody says
I
nothing
actually
to me.
didn't know, bro.
You know what I mean? Yeah, okay. Fuck that asshole.
You think I
All
know
of a
shit?
sudden, nobody knew nothing. Ben came in here giggling. I didn't know about this.
because we were
He
also
came in
we were,
giggling and shit.
we were also talking about this like at EWC because when we were sitting on the
There it is.
we were on the couch.
There it is. It all happened at EWC. That's where it happened.
It's possible.
It's possible.
When we were
yeah.
at EWC, and it might have been when I don't know if I was on the couch when this happened, but there was a clip where the other 3 guys I was with were talking about sort of when they were in the player lounge and they were sort of seeing how the team was. Like Dante was on his own, the other 3 guys were kind of hanging out together, and they had a whole convo about like their chem at that point. Like I feel like there's been enough evidence over the course of this year that kind of connect the dots that again there just seemed to be a disconnect maybe on the teammate side of things, chemistry, how they want to play, shit like that. I think only Dante and the team can really confirm that, but that's the only thing I can think of because it can't be performance based. It's not like Dante was dropping .9s this year, Tom. He was a certified shooter this year.
They're getting rid of Sib. There's got to be somebody coming in that can shoot, man. It's got to be somebody good. It's got to be.
Yeah.
And if they're doing that, I wouldn't be surprised if we see more changes, like more tweets, more changes. Like if they're going that route, I don't know. I think there might be like a big switch up going on. I think there's some shit going on. At least that I didn't know about. We'll need to wait for more here. We gotta wait for more.
So Toronto,
we gotta wait and see what happens
if
now.
Toronto, so we would think that
Dog's coming back.
You think they're bringing Preston? They're run a complete back.
That's just what people in the chat are saying. Can you imagine? No, can you imagine if they brought Preston back in? That would be fucking crazy.
Just the full circle the wagons once again maneuver, Tom.
Yeah, that would be crazy. Some people are saying Dan Ghosty. I don't think Dan's leaving LA.
Dan's not going anywhere unless someone makes a big
anywhere,
bet.
guys.
People are
Pretty
saying
sure Dan's
formal.
staying in LA.
People are saying formal. I don't know about a formal Skies air duo. I don't know about that.
Bro, Formal's not. I don't think Formal's going to New York, bro.
I don't think that would be the team that Formal will go to if he's coming back. I think Scrap. Listen, Toronto's been calling around to people like they do every season and kind of seeing what the market's like. Doesn't mean necessarily they're going to sell anybody, but they always do their due diligence every window with everybody, and they've hit everybody up. So the only thing with getting Scrap is like it's a significant buyout. I think you could get him off of Toronto with the right number, but it's not a cheap number. We're talking multiple six figures here.
Yeah, people have it.
It's just a big spend though. You know what I'm saying? Because you're multiple
Some people might not give a fuck, Ben. Some people like
will be the opposite of what C9's done recently.
Some people will drop money. They don't give a fuck. Like if they just want, some people for them they actually want to have a good team and they have a shit ton. They have the money to do it. So like fuck it. Like let's just do it. Like you know what I mean? You never know, bro. You never know. There's always a number. You know how these teams operate, especially Toronto, Ben. You know how they operate. If they get the right number, I could see them doing it, especially with Scrap being a free agent at the end of the year.
All I'll say is that, you know, when Dylan, someone texted me, and when Dylan posted his FA tweet the other day, C9 liked his post. You got to think, you know, maybe Dylan is going to Cloud9.
I mean, maybe, bro. If they're picking up Dylan Attach, I mean, you know how I feel about Dylan Attach. You know how I feel about Dill. I just don't see it. The only thing I see here has got to be Scrap. It's the only thing I see here, and personally, in my eyes. But I mean, it could be. It could be Dill. It could be. I don't know. I don't know what the fuck's going on.
You might need to ask around and find out, Tom. You might need to do some deep dive in here with your former son Paco and find out.
Yeah. Well, see, I kind of I don't do that anymore. You know what I mean? Sometimes people come to me, but I don't like to do any digging.
No,
I kind of just
what does the Zoomafia think? Does Zoomafia think you should dig around, or what? Zoomafia, what do you think, bro? We want Tommy to dive in or no?
I don't know what the heck they're gonna think, but I don't really like snooping. I don't do that. I don't like to do that. You know, and I just kind of like if I hear something, I hear something. Like if somebody tells me something, they tell me something. You know what I mean?
That's fine.
But I'm not gonna go out of my way to text people and like try and get shit out of them. Like I'm not doing that. Like I'd rather just shit just pop up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, listen, we still have a couple big questions now. Big questions now, right? Like, what is Toronto gonna do? and
I mean, listen,
subsequently New York.
If Atats goes to New York, I'll be hyped, bro. I'll be hyped.
I feel
for him.
great for Dylan. That's a huge opportunity for Dylan.
You know, if they're picking up Dylan, it makes me think that it was other things with the squad, like kind of like what you were saying.
Yeah.
Like they're clearly not dropping Dante because of a shooting problem or him not being able to get kills or him performing.
Dante's stats this year, Tom. He had a 106 overall, which is 12th best in the league. A 1.1 in hard point, which is a top 10 KD in the game mode. A 104 in control. I mean, this is pure slang numbers, so there's obviously more to it. Top 20. And then S&D was a little bit of a weakness at a 0.93, which would put him below average in the game mode. But like overall, on just pure slang, like those are solid numbers. And he was ranked amongst people who voted within the you know. And I hear you, Chris is in my chat, cried in my chat. Oh well, Civ is good numbers. Like, you know, he's a shooter for sure. But to your point, Tom, like if it's not the numbers, it's some other shit. You know.
Yeah, I mean, we know the numbers don't tell the whole story and shit. Like, I get that. You know, I definitely think though, like you need some shooters, right? You're gonna need some shooters on the squad, whoever they're getting. I was surprised. I just didn't expect it, Ben. That's all it is. I didn't expect it, but now I'm curious to see how the rest of it trickles down. And we'll see what happens with Dante, what kind of offers he gets, and we'll see what happens with New York, who they're getting. I'm guessing they're getting people from Toronto. That's what I'm guessing. Probably scrap, but maybe they're going a different route with it. Maybe they're picking up like you said, Dylan Attach, or some people were saying Dan Ghosty. I'm pretty sure Dan's locked up, but who knows, right? Like there could be a number. There can always be a number or something. There can always be something going on. I mean, who knows?
Yeah, can I spin to you this way? If you're Toronto and you're willing to move scrap, what's stopping you from moving the other people on the team? Right? You look at New York situation. Kismet didn't have the best.
People.
Yeah, Kismet didn't have the best of years. You also want to take one of the other sub players?
I don't know. They might like Kismet. Who knows? Who knows what he brings to the table? I feel like Kismet's a really good player to have on your team. He's a really unselfish player. He's always been like that. So he's easy to play around and he's easy to play with. I feel like New York would love Kismet. I don't know. I don't know if they would. Again, it would ultimately come down to who they're getting, Ben. That's all it comes down to. Who are they getting, right? Like once we see the actual decisions being made, we'll see like, is it worth it? Is it not worth it? You know?
I got
obviously.
Go ahead.
We don't know what's going on. No, I was gonna say we don't know what's going on within the camp. I mean, we're left unless you're doing some fucking digging, like fucking.
I mean, I've been hearing that all year, and I guess at some point, I'm sure Dante will tell us that at some point. But that's the vibes that have been coming out of the camp since day one. And they were pushing back on it at the beginning of the year, but
we have the beta dropping tomorrow. I think we should regroup sometime during the weekend or early next week. Get a flank episode going, and maybe we can get some guests on.
12 seconds later.
Do you know about this?
I know about what?
C9 will try and do everything they can get scrap from Ultra.
Bro, don't pull this fucking card now. Don't fucking come in here and be like, hey, bro, did you know about... Don't pull this fucking card. No, I didn't know about this. No, I didn't know any about it. Scrap didn't tell me any of this shit. I haven't talked to Scrap about this shit.
What do you think?
You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, let me check my viewer list. Matter of fact, Scrap is in the viewer list. He probably hears me right now.
Interesting.
He didn't tell me nothing. I swear on everything. He didn't tell me shit. You know? I mean, seriously. Hold on, man. I'm only one possible scenario here, and it was Scrap. I didn't know about this. You know what I mean? I didn't know about this at all. And it sounds based on the tweet that it's not a done deal yet.
No, I think to get him...
Everything they can to get Scrap is what they said. So it doesn't sound like it's a done deal.
Realistically, I don't think 250 does it. So we're probably talking, what, somewhere between 300, 600K?
Probably like 354, 400, maybe like 400.
I don't know what Toronto, but I would be north of a quarter. So like, I mean that's a lot. That's a lot of money. Plus, then you lock up salary. It's like you're going to be in the
500. Could be 500.
If it's 500, then you're plus his salary. Plus his salary, almost in the book for a lot. Now, someone in my chat made a good point. What if they go to Toronto and say, well, what if we send you Dante, and you guys send a Scrap, and maybe we send a little bit of cash? Would Toronto be interested in that deal?
Maybe.
Right? Maybe there's some other players that go in that direction.
We know money runs the world, Ben. All it comes down to is the money. That's all it comes down to. Are they willing to spend the money? And who knows what that number is? People are saying 423K. I mean, that's fucking bullshit.
423K is insane.
I mean, that's bullshit.
That's insane. You know what I mean?
This is bullshit.
That's insane.
But we'll regroup, Ben. We'll regroup.
Lock in your